Hey guys, Jim here with another video for you. This is another installment in my 5 underrated forgotten films you need to see. But before we begin, at the end of this video, if you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up, a possible subscribe, and more, most importantly, leave comments. Let me know how you feel about these movies, if you have any questions about these movies, and so on. I really love hearing from you guys. So, as usual, I just picked movies from different genres, and we're just going to go in alphabetical order. So, we're just going to start with a horror action film called Dog Soldiers. This is my Scream Factory Blu-ray, which I will be upgrading to the 4K soon because this transfer isn't very good. But this movie is awesome. This is from 2002, and it's directed by Neil Marshall. And it's got a great cast. Kevin McKidd from Trainspotting, Sean Pertwee from Event Horizon, Liam Cunningham from so many things like Game of Thrones. This is a really good movie. After this movie, Neil Marshall went on to direct The Descent, which is widely considered one of the best movies from the early 2000s. I think this movie is better. It's more entertaining. This is not a horror movie per se, even though it has to do with werewolves. This is an action movie. I always refer to this movie as a war movie with werewolves. It's awesome in every way. Next, from 1986, it's part of a double feature, but I am focusing on FX, starring Brian Brown and Brian Dennehy. This is from 1986. There's the synopsis right there, and you can read it. But basically, Brian Brown is a special effects man. He specializes in makeup effects for the movies. He's kind of like considered almost like a Tom Savini type. And the Justice Department comes to him and they want him to stage a fake assassination for a mob boss who's going to go into protective custody. He's getting ready to basically testify, roll evidence or whatever. And he does it. And suddenly the tables are turned and now people are trying to kill him. And he has to use all of his special effects magic to stay one step ahead. Brian Dennehy is a cop who was originally trying to get the mob boss put away, and he thinks something stinks and basically follows the trail. But FX is so much fun. It was kind of a sleeper hit in 86, but a lot of people have forgotten it through the years. So if you get a chance, check it out. The sequel, not so much. Next, from 2012, The Grey, starring Liam Neeson and Frank Grillo. I love this movie. It was kind of a sleeper hit when it came out. But when people talk about Liam Neeson in the last 10, 20 years, all they talk about is Taken or Star Wars. And to me, The Grey is better than all of those films. It is unbelievably intense, and I'll never forget seeing it theatrically. The sound design alone scared the hell out of me. It's a great, great movie with an excellent performance from Liam Neeson. So again, if you've never seen The Grey, check it out. Next, from 2001, Session 9, starring David Caruso, Josh Lucas, among others. This is a horror film, but it's a slow burn horror film. There's the synopsis. You can read it yourself. The first time I watched this movie on video, I never saw this theatrically. I saw it on video. I was a little underwhelmed. I thought it was slow, and I didn't really pay attention to it. And then about 5 years later, I watched it again, and it freaked me out. And it still freaks me out. Again, this is not a action-packed film. It's all about atmosphere. This has to do with these guys being in an old insane asylum, and let's just say crazy shit starts happening. But Session 9, it's a slow burn, but it's a really, really good movie. And last, but certainly not least, although some people might think so, from 2008, Kevin Smith directed and written Zack and Mary Make a Porno. Now, I know this case says Zack and Mary. It's because I bought this originally from Walmart. And, well, it's Walmart. They couldn't have the word porno on their shelves. But this movie's hilarious. It's nowhere near as good as the early films in Kevin Smith's career, like Clerks, the Clerks movies, Chasing Amy, and especially Dogma. I love Dogma. But this movie is very funny, and all things considered with the subject matter, it's actually pretty sweet, and it's got a great cast. The two of them, Elizabeth Banks and Seth Rogen, play off each other extremely well. Craig Robinson's really funny in this. Jeff Anderson from Clerks, he played Randall in the Clerks films. He's in this. Tracy Lords, who's notorious for people my age, she's the woman who almost single-handedly brought down the porn industry in the 80s. And I'm not going to go into details. Google it. You can find out why. But I think this movie's absolutely hysterical. Is it one of Kevin Smith's best? Absolutely not. It's not even in his top 5. But I really, really enjoy this movie, and I think you will too. So that's it for this edition of 5 Films. I hope you enjoyed these selections. And if you have any questions at all, please reach out in the comments. I'll be happy to discuss this with you. And if you like this, please give me a thumbs up and a possible subscribe. And we will be seeing you on the next video very shortly. I will be doing the next installment of 50 Years in Film within the next day or so. Have a great